Hey, I'm Chinagona. I'm here with my friend Sean Porter. Hi, Sean.
What's up? What's up, Tina?
Peace.
How you doing? How's it
I'm great,
going?
thanks. What have you got going on?
I'm sitting here with you. I had a good busy weekend and with my homegirl here, and you invited me on. Thank you so much for having me on. And first off, what is this podcast about?
Good question. So I just think that
You're
when people
like,
hear
hey,
how
you
the
want this
sock
podcast? I was like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, oh, I have no idea what we're
say
talking about, but
yes,
I'm
say
there.
yes to the
I just say
information.
yes.
That's
I
what it's all
leave.
about.
That's it.
I just think that when people know how the sausage is made, it makes the comedy more interesting.
Sure.
You know?
Okay. Yeah, this is a comedy. Okay, we're talking inside baseball or
Yes,
kind of
we're talking comedy sausage. Okay?
comedy size. All right.
Yes. Maybe
Perfect.
that means something different to me as a woman, but to
Yeah.
you as a guy. But how?
No. Perfect. This is I love this
No.
is my favorite topic.
So what inspired you to get into comedy?
Uh, I got into comedy as a dare. To be honest with you, I started
Oh,
stand up
I
as a
haven't heard
dare.
this story.
Yeah. One of my closest friends dared me to go on stage, before that, I've always been a fan of stand up comedy. And like a student of it, a nerd of it. But even before I started, and I was in a different part of the entertainment industry before stand up. I was working behind the camera, and I have friends who are in the industry, other stand up comics, comedy writers, and I've always just gravitated and hung out towards them, and also just one day, friends are like, you gotta take this shit on stage. I'm sorry, kid, can we cuss?
Too
Or
late to ask now. Yeah, you can guess.
okay, sorry, yeah. I was just like, you could bleep that. But so he's like, yeah, man, you guys talk this shit on stage. It's too funny not to, and you have so many like stories and just a different perspective, and so I literally started as a dare. My friend was like, I dare you to do 5 minutes at this open mic, and so I went an open mic at the Haha and did my first open mic ever. And because just being around other people, I kind of just took to it, and uh, you know, I've always been a shit talker. Let's just say that I've always been a shit talker. I just formulated the shit talking into a stand up set. My
Okay, so
experience.
when you were dared to do the open mic, did
Hmm.
you have time to prepare or you just had to go up and just without preparation?
Yeah, no preparation or anything. I just had some things I maybe wanted to talk about.
And did
Ideas.
any of those jokes, are they still with you?
Um, the roots of them. Yeah. Like the origin of them, or let's say the premise of them, are still with me. Being a Vietnamese and black kid from inner city LA, and what that experience is like, and growing up around essays and black side of my family and
And essays,
all
you
of
don't
that.
mean five paragraph written things.
Uh,
You mean
uh,
like essays.
no, mom, no, mom, not paragraphs and AP style essays. No. I'm
You
talking
mean
about
essays.
cholos. Yeah.
Vatos.
Just everything Los Angeles has to offer. We have such a unique culture, and I'm so grateful that I'm a part of it, and just really just formed who I am. Uh, and so, growing up though, if I felt like I was the only person who looked like me and who was me, and a
Mm-hmm.
lot of mixed kids had that same type of feeling and experience growing up.
Yeah.
Not Asian enough for
Right.
this crowd, definitely not black enough for this crowd
Right.
with how I present. And a lot of mixed kids have that perspective, either being black, white, or Asian and black, or Hispanic and Asian, and so at the time in the growing up in the '90s, early 2000s, I felt like I was the only one. I had three older sisters, but I was the youngest of four. But I
Mm.
felt like we're the only family. I had that only perspective. Come to find out, growing up, especially nowadays, everybody's screwing everybody. So now you see this new generation of young adults who are all mixed. And I come to find out the older I get and talking to other people, other mixed folks, that they have the similar perspective. So it's like, oh my God, no, there is us out here.
Yeah.
This wasn't just a very unique spectrum for me. There is, and so it's like I want to create that niche and that path through comedy, where a lot of other mixed kids can relate, because that is America now. That is the future.
Absolutely. Do you call yourself Hoppa? Because my,
Yeah. I get Hoppa gang. Yeah, I have a whole crew. I have a whole crew of Hoppa gang out here.
So that's a Hawaiian term. So that's the term I
is.
always grew up with, Hoppa, because that's where my mom's from.
Yeah,
but
Your mom has that unique perspective. I didn't. I learned later that was a Hawaiian term.
Right.
But I always heard that term.
Okay.
And so yeah. I have a whole text chain of Hoppas just in the entertainment industry, that we are all get together and like we've built a community of mixed Asians.
How come you haven't invited me to that text chain? Thank you, Sean Porter. Rude.
It's a little
there's this whole party that you're not invited to.
It's very let's just say very adult. Just like any comedian section, but these are other artists too from other business owners. It's just and we talk a lot of S on there. I'm not probably it's a fraternity of Hoppas. We use a lot of acronyms like DTF and shit like that I don't know.
Hey, don't give it away. I'm gonna break that one out. I'm gonna break that one out. Speaking of which, you can see Sean and I, along with some other of our Latin and Asian comedian friends, at Soy Saucy in Arcadia. Maybe we'll even let you come out to dim sum with us.
Astronaut City.
You'll have to come out to find out why that's funny to us.
Yes, no. You're one of the Hoppa gang. Yeah, no. So when I find my people out here, it means a lot to me. To like we got to stick together.
So you had an interest in one of your jokes. You have an interesting insight into how Blasian babies come to be made.
Oh yes.
Do you want to share that? I always thought that was insightful.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, war. That's how. That's the only way Blasian kids get made. We're all products of American imperialism. Whenever you see a black and Japanese person, a black and Korean person, a black and Filipino person, the first thing I ask is, let me guess, your father's a GI? That's usually the answer.
Right.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to a point where, but now as we continue to move forward in the early 2000s, now we're getting to post-war mixed Blasians.
Yeah.
Where now, we're just finding each other on the streets. It's not due to American imperialism,
right,
anymore. But
well, one of my best friends, she's Japanese and black, and her husband is also Japanese and black. And she's like, yeah, we're going to go on vacation. We're going to do a heritage tour to the motherland. And I'm like, so where are you going? Right? Because there's options. And she's like, Japan. We're going to Japan. I'm like, okay, just clarify. Just making sure.
Good. Yeah, and they, he's like, all right, this time we're going to Japan. Next year we're going to go to the other motherland. We have options. But no, for the longest time, that is literally the only way a black man could see the world, is to be in the front lines of war and American imperialism. I would not be here if it was not for the Vietnam War. I would literally not exist. Me or my family would not be here if it wasn't for this bullshit war.
Wow, that's so interesting.
Yeah, that's how crazy it is.
Yeah, that is crazy.
My parents would never. My father being from inner city Detroit, and my mother being from deep in the heart of Vietnam, Dialogue Vietnam. Those two are never meeting. Ever.
Right.
I would not be here if it wasn't for So.
And have you spent time in Detroit or Vietnam?
Detroit, not Vietnam, not yet. I was supposed to go last year. I had to postpone that. Due to my father getting sick again, but that's definitely in the cards. And they do English comedy shows there. You know, according to my mom, I have 200 plus cousins there.
So
So it
there
would
you
be
go. You have a show already.
yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, another friend of mine, Vietnamese friend who's a filmmaker and documentarian, pitched me the idea of what we were going to do is we're going to spend a whole month out there and we were going to tour from Hanoi down to Saigon and do a mini tour and then go visit my mom where she's from and all of my cousins and family and he was going to shoot the whole thing and it would be pretty cool.
That's so interesting. So,
2027. Yeah, that's what we're going to do.
and so does American comedy translate well? Because I feel like comedy is so cultural.
It is very cultural. They're taken to it. The comedy, you know, American stand up comedy is very international now, and with as Vietnam is starting to really open up and be more warm to Western culture. You know, still communist, but like you know, Saigon now, or as they technically call Ho Chi Minh City, but Saigon
Hmm.
is now more like the Hong Kong of Vietnam, where
Mm.
it's center for Western and a lot of second, third generation Vietnamese people are moving back out there, starting businesses and stuff. So they're warming up to, and with that comes the internet, social media, and then that's where they see American stand up. So they're seeing
Mm.
it for the
Right,
first
right,
time,
right.
like it. Whether translators or not, that's up to us. That's up to
Right.
us comics
Yeah.
to make it work. So
So what's your favorite comfort food? What's comfort food to you?
I grew up primarily eating Vietnamese food. That was what my mom made at home, and
What's
that
your
was
favorite dish?
uh, I think like your bông tịch nông, which is like the vermicelli noodles and
Mm.
either barbecue pork or beef or chicken or you know the chaya, which is our egg roll.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, goikung is our spring rolls. All that stuff is so good to me. The sour melon ball soup. Me and my friend were just talking about that. How yeah, I
I don't
grew
think
up eating
I've never had sour
the
melon
sour
ball.
melon ball soup. I forgot what the
Is that
Vietnamese
anything
word
like bitter
was.
melon?
Bitter melon, yeah, sour melon or bitter melon, and it's like stuffed
Okay,
pork
same.
inside.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I grew up eating that, and you know, my Vietnamese friend is like, "Oh my god, I hated that." My mom used to make it never. I was like, "Dude, I love that. Oh, I'd eat it anytime." So like Vietnamese food, and then I had the black side of my family that I grew up with, and all of the all of the black cooking I got too at the same time. Because both my parents could cook, my uncles could cook, sisters could cook. So growing up with both of those culturally and food is like the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I hear you. But whenever I'm traveling,
Yeah.
it's Chinese food that is the food that I miss, right? Like that's my comfort food after a certain amount of time. Like I love Mexican food, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. But like if I'm homesick, it's Chinese food I want. Oh,
Oh, did I? Oh, hopefully I
you
didn't
froze
glitch.
for a
Yeah,
second.
are we
Okay,
good?
there you are.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, so I want to make
Yeah, we're
sure. Hold
good.
on. Okay.
So besides
Oh, I was gonna
besides
agree
soy
with you
saucy,
there. Uh huh.
yeah.
Oh, I was gonna
Oh,
say any Asian food for me, I'll take. If you told me one day I would never uh, eat American food again, I'd be like, okay, as long as I have my Asian food, any Asian food, Korean,
right.
Thai, Japanese, sushi, Vietnamese, Chinese, I'd be like, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. Take it. Take that American bullshit away. Burgers, hot dogs, pizza, take it away. I don't care. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I hear you. Although I do like pizza,
Rice
but
is the
yeah.
bread of our people.
Oh my God. Well, it's my love language, as you know. Love me the rice. So what besides soy saucy in Arcadia, by the way, soy saucy Arcadia, $10 tickets. Come on out to support Astronaut City, owned by an Asian woman. So come
Teresa loves
support
my
the peeps.
homegirl. Teresa's awesome. That's my homegirl. She yeah, anytime I support her venue anytime and she tells me to pull up to do anything, I'll pull up. Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, and there's great eating afterwards. So, and by the way,
That's
it's
good.
there's a 2 drink minimum, but it's only drinks. So you can actually bring food into the location. I did not know that. So if you want to, there's lots of good restaurants in the area. Grab some
Don't
dim sum.
Do
Bring it
not
in.
tell Asians that. Do not tell Asians to pull up with their
It's
fucking
it's on
food.
Teresa's website. I'm
Do
just sharing the
not.
love.
They'll be our comedy will interrupt their buffet. Don't tell any Asians to fucking. They'll pull out a whole ass feast and not even. Yeah,
They're
it's
like,
so
here's the
funny.
roast pig.
Right. That's awesome.
So where else are you going up? In the near future.
I'll be at the Comedy Store this Thursday. I'll be there in the Belly Room Thursday night. I'll be day after that. I think I'm hosting a roast battle. um, and then
Where's that?
where is this West? I think it's somewhere in downtown. It's a venue in downtown. I'm horrible. I post everything. That's why I put my IG handle down here. I post everything on my IG where you can find me and all my shows. But I'm always working. And then I'm hitting the road a lot. I was in Portland doing an all Vietnamese show. Before that, I was in New Orleans. So yeah. Just find me on Instagram at I am Sean Porter, and you'll find out where all the nearest dates are. But I'm always working locally as well. And then I'll be back at the Ice House as well, where I'm a regular there. And the Ice House is in Pasadena, the oldest comedy club in the country. And
In the
very
country,
fortunate.
really?
In the oldest comedy club in the country, 1960, the very first comedy club is the
Ah,
Ice House in Pasadena. And so it's a historical landmark. And
yes, a great place. Lots of
Johnny
people come
Buss,
up
who's
there.
the owner of the Lakers and the oldest Buss son, is taking it over and did a great job with it and renovated the entire place. Dumped so much money into it and been so gracious that he gave me the opportunity to be a regular there and have my show. So yeah,
Okay, so I
so
have a
just getting
roast
up.
question.
Yes, please.
So, what's your philosophy on roast? Because a lot
Hmm.
of roast comedy makes me uncomfortable, to
Yes.
be honest. But like for instance, most recently, famous Kevin Hart
Yeah.
roast that just happened.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
They might have damn killed fucking roast.
well, I have to say I've never been a big roast fan, but then I saw Cat Williams
Sure.
and I was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
damn. If that's
Yeah.
what a roast can be, I'm here for
Hmm.
it." He
Yeah.
was amazing.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of it was just
Yeah.
not funny and not just not funny, but
At all.
like tasteless.
Very.
So where do you stand on the roast humor? Like how
Yeah.
like
I'm glad you
I
brought that
I've
up.
never seen anyone do it like Cat Williams.
So here's my philosophy on it. I go back because again, I'm when I say I'm a student of comedy, I'm a student of it. I study it, going back to vaudeville, documentaries, everything about
Mm,
comedy.
mm-hmm.
Uh, when the roast started, the Friars roast in New York, you see these old '60s and '70s roasts of Dean Martin, Sinatra, Muhammad Ali, Richard Pryor, all these guys, Burt Lancaster, Merton Burl, all these guys. It started as a club where they would
Right.
honor their friends, as that was the origin of the roasts.
Mm-hmm.
My philosophy always been I've never done a roast. I'll judge and support my friends who do them, but I don't roast for sports because just like the origins of the roast, they were all friends and they loved one another. You only roast the people you love. That's where the funny comes from.
Mm-hmm.
And you can be funny but then also heartwarming because this person that you're roasting, you're honoring them, and
Right.
it's a form of love, busting each other's balls. That's our love language as comics, right?
Mm-hmm.
But versus roasting for sport, which is what it turned into. Sorry.
That's interesting.
Which is so now it went from that to now roasting for sports,
Mm.
and now you have an influx of hack comics from the C level to the A level who are just using roast as an excuse to be fucking racist and misogynist and sexist and say the most god awful shit in the realm of, well, I'm just roasting, these are just jokes
Right.
and I'm trying to be edgy, but especially as a male comedian, especially as a white male comedian. But just to disregard that, as a male comedian, if you're going to do certain subjects, especially if you're get into the female so or the woman side of things, if you're going to talk about, rape and abortion and all of these very sensitive issues,
Right.
first off, my rule has always been one, don't linger on it, don't turn into a chunk, set up, punch, and get out, get in, get out. That's it. That's it. Don't linger on these things because that's not our place. And two, your joke better be fucking good if you're gonna go there. And so this is the same thing for these white male comics, but they don't use it that way. They don't see it that way. Some just want to use the roast as an excuse to be hacks and pieces of shit and be racist and misogynist.
I also think too
So that's why I
that when
refuse to do it.
okay, interesting. So hold on, let's come back to that because my whole philosophy about making a joke that's not about me, right, is that you have to be punching up, not down.
Correct.
And
That should be comedy 101, right? That's
right,
comedy 101,
right.
right?
And for anyone who's not a comedian watching, what that means is like, if you're a white man, there's pretty much nowhere to you can't punch up. There's no punching up. You're at the top, right? So you don't get to do those jokes. That's just the rule, you know.
So you
So
either evolve your writing and become a great joke writer, like all of us are aspiring to do,
right,
and change with the times, like Sarah Silverman talks about. Like you see Bill Burr, someone who outwardly talks about, I go to therapy to evolve and be a better human,
right.
right? He doesn't use that excuse. Well, I'm white. There's nowhere for me to go.
Yeah, no, they're
No,
great comedians.
you just evolve as a comedian. If I'm a good joke writer, I'm a good joke writer, and you
Right.
still
Period.
self-deprecate, still talk about very touchy subjects, and be witty and smart, and be hilarious. There are countless of examples of that, right? Like that's not an excuse. When every time I
Yeah.
hear that, a white male comedian complain, you have example after example. George Carlin, Mark Maron,
Yeah.
example after example of comedians who can do it. And I use an excuse, you just don't want to evolve.
Right.
You
Right. You just
just
want to do the simplest, easiest thing.
yeah. So it's like you're a hack.
So you're hosting a roast, but you're not participating in a roast. Is that
I'm
right?
judging.
Then you're
I'm
judging it. Got
I'm
it. Got it.
judging.
Judging. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Mhm.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. This was so much fun, and I look forward to
That's
seeing
it.
you. Yeah, I like to
We're
keep it
done
short and
already.
sweet. You know the rule. Get off the
What's the rule?
stage before the audience is tired of listening to you. That's the rule.
No, I thought the rule of successful podcast, hour-long podcast, and meander through everything and talk about everything and give your
No. Those are the
uninformed
white
opinion
males.
on everything. Oh, see, that's where, yeah, I've been getting my information. No, this
So
is
find out all the places you can see Sean at IG. I am Sean Porter. Come see us in Arcadia, and also this weekend I will be at Pachanga opening for Wyatt Coat.
yeah, I saw that. That's awesome. That's gonna be huge. I love
Yeah,
Pachanga.
yeah. I have 5 shows. It's going to be like the most comedy I've done in a 72-hour period. So that'll
That's
be
awesome.
fun.
You're gonna kill it. I love doing casinos. I speak degenerate. That is my language. I am bilingual, and so I love doing casinos and Indian casinos. Oh, that's my
You're
people.
fully fluent in degenerate.
I'm fully fluent degenerate. So, oh no, you're gonna they're a rowdy, fun bunch. These casinos, but Chang, you're gonna love it. You're gonna kill it. I'm excited for you.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks so much for joining me, and thanks for joining us.
Thank
Bye.
you, everybody. See you guys soon.